Hey guys, welcome back. I'm looking like a tasty treat today, of course. So I don't know what we're really going to talk about because I don't know why, but I erased my board. I have a board of all my YouTube ideas. So I don't know, we can just chit chat maybe and talk about what's good. Ooh, I can talk about my YouTube experiences because as most of you know, I wrecked my car on the interstate, and I'm too young to get a rental because you have to be 25, and I'm 19. So we can talk about that. Okay, so let's go like from the first to the last one I had. Okay, so the first one I had was this really, really hairy guy. Like, he was hairy. And it was kind of weird, but I felt really fancy. Like, I feel like a bougie bitch when I'm in these Ubers, because his was like a brand new Camry. It had like embroidered seat cloths with pillows, or seat covers, like embroidered seat covers with matching pillows. He had like free candy, a charger, and I literally felt like that was the life I was meant to live. Like, just drive around, people drive me around. Except I don't like to pay for it, so probably not. But it was super nice, and he was nice. He just was really hairy. Then the person... Oh, okay, then my friend brought me home because she was like, no, don't take an Uber, that's weird. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I took this old guy, like, old, like, and he looks like Frank Gallagher from Shameless. So, creepy old, too. And he was, like, talking to me the whole time. And I get it, like, they're supposed to talk to you and be nice, but, like, I obviously was on my phone, like this, trying to get him to not talk to me. And he drives worse than I do. And anyone who's drove with me, rode with me, saw me drive, knows that I am not the best. We'll leave it at that. And he is going buck wild crazy on these streets, driving and turning and speeding. I'm like, I'm gonna die in the back before I can even get to work. So that was kind of scary. And then that night, I got the second hottest Uber driver I've ever had. I know, right? He was super cute, and he was super nice, and he gave me a lot of sympathy because I wrecked my car and forgot his name. I'm not good with names. So, dude who picked me up 2 weeks ago, here you go. And then the next day, some really nice guy took me to work, and he gave me some really good advice about, because I started the YouTube channel, and I'm stuck at 65 subscribers, so don't know when that number is going to go up. Make sure to share with your friends. Anyway, and I was like, yeah, I think I could kick my anything off, like kick my YouTube off or something, if I was like in LA or a bigger city. And he's like, oh, you should do it. He goes, he's like, well, what's stopping you? And I was like, well, I want to see my family, and I don't think I'll see them much if I go. And he goes, they have Skype and FaceTime. I was like, I know, but that's not the same. And he goes, but it's better than nothing. He goes, I lived in Australia, and then I lived in Japan, and then I lived here and there. And I was like, how old are you? He is 23, never went to college, and is living his best life. I'm like, honey, where do I sign up? And then that night, one of my friends took me home, and I felt really bad about it because I don't like to take help from people, so she took me home, and I was like, oh my god, I can't thank you enough. And then the next day, going to work, I had another hot Uber driver, and when I say hot, I mean like hot. He was like 6'4", because he got out of the car to open the door, and I was like, nicest Uber driver ever. And his arms were like this big. I was like, living. And him and I talked the entire time. I didn't even look at my phone to track the Uber app or answer any text messages. I was like, full attention. And he dropped me off and he was super nice. And then that night, another guy picked me up and he drove past me. I was standing on the corner, the only person outside. Like, it's 10 o'clock at night. Who else is outside? Oh, nobody? Yeah, because you're supposed to pick me up. And he just zooms past, and I'm like, I'm back here. And I don't run. Those of you who know me know that I don't run. I sometimes go jogging through my sketch-ass neighborhood. So I'm like running after him. I was like, don't leave me. I paid you. And he finally picks me up, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. I'm under, one, the only street light, and two, the only person there. So, yeah. That pissed me off, but he dropped me off, and he was super nice and everything. And then I had this creepy guy. He took me to my friend's house the other day, 2 days ago, for a barbecue. And my friend's husband thought it was my dad. No, not my dad. My dad hates me. I'll tell that story in a second. So anyway, and the whole time he's like, and I know I was wearing booty shorts, and he kept looking back, and I was like, honey, what do you want? Because you can't have none of it. And he was kind of nice, but kind of hella awkward. And he kept just looking and looking, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't wear booty shorts anymore. That's not going to happen. My legs are too great. And so he drops me off, and then when I was leaving, my friend was taking me home. Her husband goes, oh, is that your dad that dropped you off? Thinking that my dad liked me or something. And I was like, no, that was my Uber driver. My dad hates me. And the look on his face was like he was so concerned. I was like, nah, it's okay. That's just how it is. But yeah, I think in total, I spent like $150 on Uber in 2 weeks. So yeah, but thank God I started a new job where I have to go to training every day, like Monday through Friday. I have a friend in that class who picks me up, and it is wonderful, and she's great. I'm not going to call her out just in case she doesn't want her name on camera, but she definitely knows who she is, because homie right there. So that's it for my Uber driver stories. I don't know when I'm getting my car back, so who knows, I could have some really good ones for ya. So I will see you guys later.